Uber and Lyft, California. Let's talk about this. So California wants to turn, not just once, 2 days ago this came out, that they're turning all their drivers from 1099 to W-2, okay? From 1099 to W-2.
This is just in California.
This is just in California.
Gotcha.
And
so I'll be okay here.
Yeah, just in California, which means now everything, all of those drivers that are working there, they have to work by the laws of a W-2 employees, not a 1099. So the benefits of 1099 goes away for the drivers. It's a completely different game now. What do you think is going to happen, and who wins here, who loses here?
I think everyone's going to be a loser here, including the state of California, okay? Because they are driving businesses out of California like never before, and then they're going to expect the federal government to bail them out, okay? But if you actually, they did a study on, I think it was Market Watch, but it's been published all over the place. They did a study on how much money an Uber driver actually makes. And after you take into car depreciation, gas, blah, 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 it comes down to about $7 an hour, okay? Which tells me this. If you're driving Uber as a career, very bad career choice. If you're driving it to make immediate cash, then great. But just think about the wear and tear on your car, and stuff. But now they're wanting to make them employees, which is going to turn them into what? A cab company, right? So I'm actually kind of interested to see what happens there, because now are you an employee driving your own car? Just like you said, the 1099 benefits are going away. So now you're not able to write off the depreciation to your car and all this stuff. Dude, they're going to lose drivers left and right, or they're going to have to turn into a cab company in California.
You know who's protesting this the most? Customers are sitting around saying, I have no idea what the hell happens to me. I don't know the difference. Customers are not protesting this. No. Drivers are protesting this. The same people that these politicians are supposedly fighting for are saying, stop fighting for me. Leave me alone. Let me be 1099. Why are you bothering me? I don't mind being 1099. So imagine I'm your lawyer, okay? And I work for you. You tell me what to fight for you, right? Hey, here's what I want you to do. I want to be able to get away with this. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to, but don't worry about this part here. No. I really want to fight for it. No. You don't have to fight for this for me. I don't care. This one I did. Leave it on. I like it the way it is. No, we have to negotiate that. Leave it alone. This is a case where the attorney is the state, and they're fighting on behalf of the drivers and the customers, while the drivers and the customers are saying, stop fighting for me. You're hurting me. You're getting in the way. Don't bother me. Let me get to work, right? More and more reasons why people are starting to realize deep down on the inside, guess what everybody is? Deep down on the inside, everybody fiscally is conservative. Everybody deep down on the inside is conservative. Everybody deep down on the inside is a form of a libertarian. What is a form of a libertarian? Leave me alone. Dude, why are you bothering me so much? What do kids hate the most as they age? A hovering,
leave me alone, Dad.
A helicopter father or a mother, right? So I think this is going to end up very bad for a lot of people in the state of California.
I have an interesting opinion on this.
Sure, let's hear it.
So I think a lot of times with these drivers, and look, I haven't had a car in 10 years. I'm Lyft and Ubering everywhere I go. Saves me a lot of money, by the way. I've done the math on that. And I have a lot of conversations with these drivers, and I always ask them, like, so is this what you do? Is this, like, how much money do you make? Tell me about your career. And, half the drivers, they're like, no, this is what I do. And I'm waiting for, like, the other shoe to drop. No, like, no, this is my job, period. And then there's people that are like, yeah, I'm a little side hustle thing, but I'm in school, or I got another job, or I'm working at a factory, and this is, like, my side hustle. So it comes down to Pat's question is, who do you want to be? And I'll tell you what, if you have bigger aspirations and you have goals and you have a career path that you're on, 1099 might be great for you, man, because you come and go as you please. You're not worried about this being your final end stop. There's people that you're like, you're telling me I could just drive, Lyft, and Uber all day. I'm an employee. I get my benefits. I work 10-hour shifts. I go home. They're good. Believe me.
What's your point?
There are people.
What's your point?
There are people that would rather be employees. They're not all saying, I want to be 1099. I hate this.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
What percentage do you think would like to be employees?
I don't know. We should run those numbers.
What percentage of Uber drivers do you think want to be employees? Are you saying
I'm
majority
saying
of
that
drivers are
at
full-time?
the end of the day, they're
Are
gonna.
you saying majority of drivers are full-time?
I'm saying.
Are you saying majority of drivers are full-time? Pull up to see the data.
I don't know that the majority of drivers are, what, 40 hours? What are you saying?
Are you saying majority of drivers are full-time?
I'm saying there's a large contingency that, yes, that is their full-time job.
No, but are you saying, question for you, do you think majority of the drivers
Do I think 51%?
are
I don't
full-time?
know if it's that high.
What percentage do you think? You think the whole Pareto theory of 80-20 plays here?
I would say, this is, dude, my guess.
Say it.
I would say a third of drivers are full-time drivers.
If a third of drivers are full-time, can you pull up the percentage?
So, but how are you qualifying full-time? They're working 40 hours?
40 hours a week you're driving. That's full-time to me, yes.
All right.
And there's two questions you have to ask.
Yeah.
Number one question you have to ask is, what percentage of drivers are full-time? That's question number one.
Let's find that.
Second question after that is what? Of the people that are full-time, how many of them want this thing to be converted into a W-2 instead of a 1099, okay? If it's a W-2 instead of a 1099, now there's additional things that the person that's paying you W-2 can do to you. It's a completely different thing that a person can do to you.
But there's also upside to being a W-2, right? You get benefits.
There is no.
You get 401k.
There is no upside.
There's no upside?
There is no upside. Let me explain to you why there's no upside. Here's why there's no upside. Okay. How much profit do you think Uber is making off their business model? What is their percentage of profit that Uber's making off their business model? Percentage of profit.
You tell me. I don't know.
What do you think it is? You think it's 50%? You think it's 40%? Or you think it's a 15 to 20% business model?
Probably closer on the lower
If
end.
it's a 15 to 20% business model, what benefit do you get from hurting a company? What benefit do you get from hurting a company?
Do I think you're asking me whether I think Uber wants to make their own company's employees? Hell no, they don't.
But flip it. Who is Uber? Say you're running Uber, and the government makes a decision like this. State of California makes a decision like this. What are you doing if you're Uber? Do they forget who's in power here? Who's in charge here? Uber's in charge here.
Of course.
What can Uber do? Uber can say we're firing 60% of the W2s.
Or they're going to lower their hourly rate.
Or
the drivers are going to get screwed one
or
way or
they're
another.
going to lower, or they're going to increase the fees for customers. No, this is a situation that when you sit there and you're like, okay, I want to go W2. Do you really? I remember one time I was telling the story to you yesterday. We're in our office. I'm running an office in Northridge, California. Shout out to Diana Powers. This is not the best one, but she'll laugh about this one here.
Shout out to this lady.
Diana Powers is a very good friend of mine, her and her husband, Paul. One day we're having a full-timers meeting. Now keep this in mind. I had a 4,777 square foot office space that I'm paying office for. I'm paying rent for $250 a square foot. And I got, AC I have to pay for. I have 4 assistants. I have all these people that I'm paying for, right? And I was the only sales office that had a full-on phone system set up. I'm paying around $2,100 a month for the phone system. Everybody had their own line. Front desk, somebody would call you. I'd like to speak to Diana Powers. May I please place you on hold? Yes, let me transfer you to the line.
Other companies were making you use your cell phone, or what was it?
Everybody else, like, use a Metro PCS, your sales office, your real estate office. Use your own sales office, right?
But you're like, yo, I got phones for you.
I got phones for you.
Okay, cool.
We're sitting there, and she says, I got to tell you, the other day, a transfer was dropped, and I'm seeing a lot of transfers are being dropped when calls are being made. And when people call back, it doesn't go directly to my phone. We have to figure out a way to fix this. And I said, Dana, let me, is this an inconvenience? Yes, it is. I said, let me fix this inconvenience for you. She says, what's that? I said, Veronica, please take the phone system out of the office. Starting tomorrow, there are no phone systems. Everybody's like, but we didn't complain about it. But you pay a price for one person complaining because I'm on the lease, not you. Do you want to pay the $2,100? No problem. So if the state of California wants to do this, the business gets to decide how they change the comp to customers and how they change the comp to the drivers. The price will be paid tremendously by somebody like you who likes Uber and who likes Lyft. And by the way, if this becomes a trend and goes to other states, people like you are screwed. You will not like this. It's going to hurt you, the customer. It's going to hurt the driver.